So the first thing that is popping in the news, public service announcement numero uno. The bars, entertainment center, sports bar, regular bar, in some liquor shop, in some liquor place. They are not as safe as you think. As a matter of fact, history would show us and tell us that you might lose your life when you go there, especially if the wrong sorts of people hang out there. The picture that you see on your screen is of a man known in the streets as DJ government name Davian Anderson, 32-year-old. This man was a very popular man in the community, liked by many. However, people, it seems as if there were some that did not like him. These people have all sorts of firepower. Based on some information, it is said that in a place called Royal Flat is in Mandeville, Manchester to be specific. At about 8 p.m., persons were at this bar, sports bar them call it, gambling, sipping pan scissor, J-Ray and nephew Rate, Lele, Blue, blah, bling. When some assailant rolling at the place, blaze up some can. It is said that Mr. Anderson was conned up along with two other persons. After the smoke cleared, they were all taken to the hospital. However, Mr. Anderson did not make it. So people, there are a couple of pictures that are circulating all over social media. The picture that I can show because of YouTube's policy. However, in the pictures that I cannot show, and there's about 4 or 5 of them, he is seen laying on his back in some sorts of clocks, it look like, in some sorts of blue jeans and color polo shirts. That polo shirt has a couple of stains that don't look like any sorts of bootleg defectiveness. It looked like red from BLOOD. So therefore, he was conned up a couple of times in the upper body. And it seems also in the cranium based on the fact that it was leaking from the mouth, the eye, and the nose. People, it is a sad state of affair in these parties, these bars, in Jamaica upon a whole. These people, when them come for you, there is no sorts of bars hold. Pretty much them come for make you tap out. No sorts of joke. Tap dancing around the badness. Like me say, this man name is DJ Dippo. Don't know if he's a deportee or because of his name Davian. However, I don't think that he lost his life because of his mixes. Maybe he was mixed up. No sorts of information to validate or verify that that is the case. As soon as I get some more pertinent information, I'll be sure to divulge ASAP. Further on in the news, and continuing on the theme, public service announcements. Maybe the bars, sports bars, are not as safe as advertised or as you think. I am speaking about an incident that occurred in a place called Foam that is in Westmoreland. People, if you know anything about the West is very wild. Westmoreland. Whole lot of gang activity, whole lot of shooting. As a matter of fact, the po them dip on turf to make sure that everything and everybody is safe and secure. Apparently, it is not working out too good. And just to prove my case, I am speaking about an incident that occurred Friday night at about 9:30 in a place called Foam, where it is said, confirmed, 32-year-old Leon Anglin, a farmer, is now formally alive. Based on the information, it is said that he was hosting some sorts of pre-birthday party for his party the next day. However, while he was there along with other patrons, it is said that a couple of men rolled up, blazed up some sorts of can after the smoke cleared. Mr. Leon was taken out, rushed to the place of recovery. However, let's call it that on a scale of 1 to 100, it was minus 100. It did not work out too well for him. The next person was treated. Don't know his status as we speak. Now, people, just to be very clear, I am not trying to say that don't go to the party. I understand that life is stressing. So therefore, you're going to want some sort of release. However, if you notice, just like DJ Dippo, he lost his life at some sort of sports bar. Fast forward, or maybe about the same time over the weekend, Mr. Anderson, the same thing. Mr. Anderson was actually in some sort of celebratory mood. So therefore, a day of celebration of life turned it out to be a day of celebration or depression of DEATH. Talk about flinging some sorts of monkey wrench in the program. Talk about the high being FUCKED up. Moral of the story again, like I said, be very careful where you go, who you are around, because just for entertainment purposes, you might end up in a DEATH predicament. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is a family affair. I am speaking about a family of criminals from St. James. The father, Mr. Wilford Cook, known as Kong in the streets. The son, Lavan Cook, and also a next son, name not given, call it Cooked Goose or had his goose cooked because he actually lost his life. On or about the 17th of March 2024, a house in a place called Flower Hill that is in St. James, like I said. This lady, security guard, 37-year-old at the time she met her demise, Natasha Smith. She was at home with some other family members when a group of men rolled up in the house or in the yard, blazed up some can. After the smoke clear, Mrs. Smith and the next lady was hit. Mrs. Smith was taken to the place of recovery. However, too late was the call. When that incident occurred, the Popo were busy on the ground gathering information. Their information or intelligence told them that this actual SHOOTING was in reprisal for a son of Mr. Kong Cook. It is said that the Popo knew who the suspect were, so therefore they put out some warrants. They made them a person of interest. Tell them, say, turn in themselves or else we might turn them in some sorts of duppy. The incident occurred, like I told you, on the 17th of March 2024. On the 22nd of April 2024, Mr. Cook and his son gave in themselves. They were question and answer session with the Popo. The bigger Cook, Kong, the father, 52-year-old, he was arrested on the spot. However, the Popo still continued their investigation, and then they pick up the next son, Lavan Cook. So therefore, one son that lost his life, these two, the father and son and some other people, went for a reprisal at Natasha's house. However, people, the moral of the story is this. It is a family affair, a family of criminals, a family of done said. Because at the end of the day, Mr. Cook Goose is gone, Mr. Lavan is locked up, and the father, Kong, is also locked up. Natasha lost her life. Don't know if it was her family member or she just came from the place in which the Cooks heard that the persons that con up their son is from. So people, we are speaking about tragedy, tragedy, tragedy. Point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called long run short catch. Karma has no sorts of expiration date. However, it will expire you. Such is the case of a notorious shotter from a place called JAKES Road that is in Montego Bay. His name is Antsman. Antman left his safe zone and he went to a place known as Pembrook Hall. While he was at Pembrook Hall, it is said that he was there visiting a girl, him and a couple of his cronies. However, he went to cool out. It is said that his rival was also there cooling out. Don't know if he had information that his rival was also there, or he did not care, or he thought that him too bad, nobody can do him anything. He would make a very fatal mistake. Based on the video that is circulating all over social media, you could clearly see men on the corner, a chill out, a SHOT, the breeze, a chit chat. A man walked by casually. That man then made a U, meaning a U-turn, after him wheel and pop out him tool, and then kinda ran towards Ant-Man that was sitting on top of the bike. Him blaze him up a couple of times. When he fell, him blaze him up a couple of times again. He then left for a couple of seconds and came back. I guess he saw Ant-Man's last twitch reflex and thought that me nah leave you alive to come back and do any sorts of reprisal, because you don't know if you lose your life where it is more than likely coming from. So therefore he put some sort of insurance policy, as in a couple more hot lead. One of the things that I realized and I equated to is the way the friends is cumbulos, disperse, run, splurt, take with themselves quickly, as if as some sorts of cartoon talk about Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. You could literally see the foot them a run and a turn in the ear, and then them just took off, Speedy Gonzales style. It is as if when you're there at the projects in America and nothing and go on, crackhead kind of setting living, and you turn on the light and you look and see the whole of the roach them a take with themselves, not the new dance. However, them a try, do not end up in the dance in a hell. So everybody run, everybody gone, left this man laying on the ground. Based on the amount of flames that I saw, and people, this was a black and white video. However, even in a black and white, you could see the flame coming out of the gun like some sort of old-time cartoon script or comic book. It was quite obvious that he got at least 10 pieces. Call it close to the KFC bucket. He was fried, grilled, him goose get cooked. The moral of the story is this: the lifespan of a gangster is like that of the lifespan of a housefly. It is very short. It is hard for you to hide in a little nation. Yes, we have 14 parishes. However, these people run from one garrison and go at the next. Likewise, their enemy, their rival. So therefore, the possibility or probability of you getting caught, if it's not karma, the possibilities are that you're going to buck up, or the people are going to buck up on you. So therefore, if you're caught slipping, you're going to slide in hell. So therefore, it is like fishing in a bucket. Easy. Coming like when you fling some sorts of bread in a little pan with all sorts of perch. Easy to get catch. Hook pan badness. Hook pan DEATH. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.